Let us start part 3. We will take you through the case study of latest integrated media planning and verification, combining the triple media effect of TV, digital, and DOH implemented by Paravi. To start, I'd like to introduce the speakers. I'm Nishinakamura of Liveboard, and I will be your moderator today. I'm Koike from DENTSU. I worked on the analysis. My name is Funabiki. I'm in charge of digital advertising at Paravi. My name is Yoshida from Porto Inc. I would like to deliver this session with these 4 members. We will continue with the agenda for this session. First, we will have an overview of the campaign, which will be explained by Mr. Yoshida from Porto. Next, Ms. Funabiki of Paravi will explain the purpose of this campaign, the issues faced so far, especially as the client. Next, Ms. Koike from DENTSU will explain the solutions and verification results of this campaign. And finally, the 3 of them will be able to explain the future issues and prospects. So let's get right to the first agenda. Mr. Yoshida, would you give us an overview of these measures? Let me start by briefly introducing our company. In 2019, Voyage Group and CCI Cyber Communications merged to form a new company called Carta Holdings. As a part of this group, we develop an ad platform for brand advertisers and clients. So we operate as a DSP. I think this one page tells you quite a bit about our merits. Basically, we have access to a very wide range of media. By, by working with broadcasters, we are able to deliver video advertisements to TV or audio advertisements such as Radico and Spotify, in addition to the so-called premium digital media companies. And we are also able to deliver DOH by working with Liveboard. Our value is the idea that we can distribute to various media. Whenever an advertiser places an ad, there's always an objective, a business goal. And when developing a campaign, there are KPIs for each. That means to achieve those KPIs until now, you would decide on specific media. And I think that in many cases, the means and objectives were working in parallel. But by integrating the two together through us, we believe that we can provide a variety of findings. This, that is our value. So let me first summarize our positions or roles. Well, it goes without saying that Paravi is the advertiser who came to us to execute. DENTSU was in charge of overall campaign planning, direction, and analysis. My company distributed to various media as DSP, and Liveboard is a media company providing DOH. As for the details of this campaign, Paravi has placed ads in 3 media: TV commercials, DOH, and digital video ads in outstream format. We, Porto, are distributing the DOH and outstream portions of this campaign. But the key point is that we utilize DENTSU's assets to retarget and distribute DOH and digital video to people who came into contact with the TV commercials, and do the same with DOH through comprehensive digital advertising. We designed this campaign in such a way that to create overlapping contacts, and we were able to conduct this analysis. Here's a look at the creative submitted for DOH and digital.
ドラマだけは負けたくない。
社長、本当にそのキャッチコピーでいいんですか？
ドラマ以外も頑張ってます。
ドラマだけは負けたくない。
ドラマだけ負けたくない。ドラマ
一点突破。
ドラマだけは負けたくない。パラビ。
Thank you very much. Ms. Funabiki, I thought this was a very energetic creative. Yes. Would you share your intentions behind this creative? Yeah. I wanted to firmly emphasize the recognition of the Paravi brand itself, as well as its strength in dramas. Thank you very much. Again, we are distributing this material that you gave through DOH and digital, etc. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to ask Ms. Funabiki to explain the second agenda, the purpose of this campaign, the issue faced so far, especially as the client. Yes. For this campaign, we started briefing from the point where we wanted to maximize the effects of the Paravi brand campaign through integrated planning. I was conscious of the compatibility between TV commercials and Paravi and digital transformation of traditional mass media. By utilizing these two elements, we wanted to maximize not only recognition, but also attitudinal change. We knew that the nature of Paravi service was such that it would work well with TV commercials. So in order to make the Paravi brand better known, we decided to use media that Paravi had never tried before, as well as cross-exposure to reach out to new users. As you can see in Porto's menu, OH and audio are now being de-axed, making it easier to plan TV commercials and other cross-digital planning. So this time, we took advantage of that and carried out integrated planning. This we had never done before. However, until now, it has been difficult to build a system to create an optimal plan by combining TV, digital, and DOH and verify that plan. Ms. Koike of DENTSU will talk about the details later. But by creating an environment where contact data from all advertisement and all media can be converted into log data and collated, it became possible to plan a cross-sectional distribution and verify each media contact status, which has been very difficult in the past. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda will be the results of the actual delivery of advertisements in response to these conditions and issues. Ms. Koike will take you through how it was and what the results were. Thank you. As Ms. Funabiki mentioned earlier, we used Docomo Data Square, which is an on-off integrated analysis platform we use to address the issues we faced. Until now, there was no infrastructure that could integrate the three media for analysis and planning. But this time, reusing DDS made that possible for the first time. I think DDS can address the issues in two major points. In the past, we were only able to verify the effectiveness of TV and digital, but now we can verify the effectiveness of DOH as well. Also, we often used ambiguous data such as cookies and mobile IDs for analysis, but this time we could use Docomo's account IDs, which are reliable data. It goes without saying that the volume of Docomo's data is huge, and we also used base station location movement data to identify DOH contactees. As I was explaining about the assets, we used the DDS infrastructures to conduct analysis on 3 areas this time. In the past, planning mostly involved targeting with digital advertising and repeating with TV commercials to further gain recognition. But since the client wanted to acquire new customers, we proposed DOH as a new approach. Since this is the first time that Paravi is using DOH, please take a look at how DOH was effective and what kind of brand lift and attitude change occurred by adding DOH to TV and digital. Let me start with the first point. There are 3 major points that we learned about the role of DOH. In establishing awareness, the addition of DOH was particularly effective. The media characteristics shows that it is easy to make the campaign a part of real life and leave an impact. In addition, the target audience was younger generation and the effect of attitude change was high among males and females ages 20 to 34. To explain this one by one, establishing recognition increased in all panels, and the rate of attitudinal change increased by adding DOH to TV and digital. Especially prevalent are individual increases in recognition, which are highlighted in red. Second point, we asked users about their impressions of advertisements by media contact status. The orange lines here are DOH contacts, and it can be seen that the impact the campaign left among them is much higher than the others. In addition, as you saw in the commercial earlier, the creative evaluation of the scenes and overall creative were high among DOH contactees. Especially high were the copy "We can't lose in drama," which we wanted to emphasize, and the Paravi logo at the end. Lastly, we found that the percentage of respondents who actually stopped to look at DOH in outdoor media was higher among men in their 30s and women in their 20s. In summary, DOH was effective in establishing recognition. In addition, it easily makes a campaign a part of real life and leaves an impact, and it is also very good at targeting younger audiences. At this point, I would like to ask the panel, first of all, Mr. Nishinakamura, when you compare DOH with the conventional OOH, how is the digital OOH different? Are there any notable characteristics? It has been said that existing OOH have roles, function, and effects listed here. But this time, we were able to properly measure and verify the effects. So this is something new. We were able to verify the effectiveness of DOOH, the establishment of recognition, and so on, because the same results were obtained in survey results of the live board ad distribution project. Also, I think that using this kind of data, feeding back the results and using them for targeting again is a method that is unique to DOH. So I think that we are now able to realize more effective ad delivery for advertisers. Thank you very much. I'd also like to ask you, Ms. Funabiki, can you elaborate on your comment around approaching the younger generation quite well this time? For this campaign, we had originally expected that we would get a good response from the younger generation, which is Paravi's main users group. So when we saw that high response rate from them in the DOH, I'm convinced that we reached our target audiences. Thank you very much. Now, let's move on to the next point of analysis. I'll start by explaining how the addition of DOH to digital and TV resulted in a change in attitude. First of all, this may look like an ordinary graph or Venn diagram to those who do media planning. But the new point is that TV, DOH, and digital are all contact log based, and we can get this kind of integration rate with a single source. Among them, we can see that there is a large net increase in attitudinal change as the number of media is increased from non-contact this time to single, 2, and 3 media. The difference in lift was particularly pronounced in recognition and understanding of features. Looking at the results in more detail, we analyzed that combination of these two media can cause attitude change. First, in recognition, the combination of TV and DOH scored high. For deeper panels after awareness, from understanding to use intention, the combination of digital and DOH scored high. Our hypothesis is that we are seeing a synergetic effect by using DOH to create an awareness and then using digital to further promote understanding. I often get people pointing out that it is natural for attitude change to increase as the number of media of contact increases. So analyze, if we were to place that same ad 3 times, which would be more effective? 3 times on TV alone or 3 times in total, 1 each on TV, DOH, and digital? This is a comparison of attitude change and behavior change through total 3 hits, where the bottom line is the single media, middle is the 2 media, and top is 3 media. What I would like you to see here is that from single media, only TV, DOH, to top 3 hits happening with different media, there's a considerable lift in attitudinal change rate. To break it down a bit more, which one here seems to be more in trend? Say, for example, if you see the same clothes worn by different people in different places, or if you see the same person wearing the same clothes in same place, most people will probably feel that A is more in trend. So it is very important to deliver advertising message at various touch points, and I believe that we should continue to increase touch points. I'd like to ask Mr. Yoshida, with whom I worked on the planning. The intention of this planning was that adding DOH would cause change in attitude. What did you think of the results? Well, first of all, the example you pointed out was very interesting. Thank you very much. DOH is a very public and reliable media. So I thought we needed to add it to the touch point, as Ms. Koike said. I recommended DOH in order to get a solid reach and recognition in a reliable media without causing damage to the Paravi brand. The hypothesis was that spreading out the frequency would cause a lift, and results confirmed it. So thank you, Koike-san, for the analysis. Thank you very much. Lastly, to summarize, from a media planner's point of view, I think it is obvious that in a given amount of frequency to hit the target, it is more effective to use multiple media. The most important point I want to make is what kind of customer responded and how by using the DDS solution. Since we can obtain a log-based data on all media contact, including TV, digital, and DOH, we can use sales as KPI for optimal budget allocation. I would like to personalize and improve the quality of the customer experience to increase the value of the brand. Therefore, I would like to continue to run a standing PDCA cycle that is closely aligned with the needs of our clients. Well, thank you, Ms. Koike. On the last item on the agenda today, I would like to briefly explain Paravi's issues from now on and what Porto or we can do, such as providing solutions in light of these results. First of all, I would like to ask Ms. Funabiki to take us through Paravi's challenges and future plans. There are two things that I would like to challenge as Paravi. First challenge is exploring the audio format mentioned above. Data shows that the contact time for audio is increasing due to the corona pandemic, so we would like to try the digital audio media provided by Porto, such as Radico and Spotify, mentioned here, and find out what kind of media plan is best for Paravi. The other challenge is the correlation analysis of attitudinal change and behavioral change shown below. This time, attitudinal change was analyzed, and I think branding measures is often considered separately from financial results. However, if you have a log-based verification system like the one we challenged this time, we can conduct correlative analysis that includes behavioral changes such as whether the user actually installed the app or whether dormant users have come back. In the future, we would like to try to deepen the correlation analysis, including behavioral changes. These 2 points are about to be cross-analyzed using data from the new TV commercial that aired in May. And together with Porto and Liveboard, we will verify the results in hopes of new findings here. Thank you very much. In reality, there will continue to be discussions around budget allocation, regardless of brand recognition increase. It is important for a company to make sure that a campaign is tied to profit. So we would like to see how we can take this challenge with DOH, and we would like to work together with Porto to create an integrated analysis system, including the ones they already have. I would like to briefly introduce some of the things that Porto and our company are working on, continue to work on using this kind of data. So I would like to ask Mr. Yoshida to explain. We have recently launched the service, and thanks to the Corporation of Liveboard, we are now able to distribute utilizing more data. The document may be a little small, but for example, we will be able to receive first-party data of advertisers such as Paravi and target them to DOH. So as Ms. Funabiki mentioned earlier, when we are trying to achieve various KPIs in areas other than brand lift, such as encouraging behavioral change, we believe that we can contribute to various KPIs by borrowing data from these clients and distributing to it. Yes, thank you very much. If we are going to continue to implement the PDCA cycle in this way, we will have to repeat what we did after implementing these measures and what we will do next. We would like to enhance the accuracy and truly wish to work with Porto on DOOH. Lastly, I would like to introduce initiatives by Liveboard. We talked earlier about the analysis section, the importance of dispersing media. Like 6 hits, not just limited digital or TV only. On the other hand, it is difficult to measure the reach and frequency of DOH. Liveboard is currently working on this. This is just an image, but we are currently developing a function to simulate how many people can be reached by how many ad is placed. So we would like to work with you to optimize advertising delivery by making good use of these tools. Lastly, I would like to give a brief summary of this session. First of all, this campaign was Paravi's first DOH ad placement, and we were able to implement a campaign that utilized TV, digital, and DOOH. We optimized the ad delivery using Porto's platform and also used Docomo Data Square for cross-media analysis. And we learned from Ms. Koike's hard work in verifying the effectiveness of the ads that the addition of DOH contributed to gaining awareness, and we were able to get a strong response from the younger generation who were in the main target audience. Furthermore, in the analysis of overlapping contact, the results showed that increasing the number of media contacted contributed to brand lift, and the data also showed that it contributes to attitudinal change. In this context, we need to dig deeper into the correlation between attitude change and behavior change. I believe that this is a major theme for many advertisers, and I hope that we can contribute to the planning of the next ad placement by utilizing the results of various analyses, which the media has not been able to do so in the past. In terms of enhancing planning functions, we are working with Porto to utilize first-party data. And since it is possible to analyze how many people have been reached by DOH, we would like to provide simulations before actually placing advertisements. We would hope to be able to dig deeper into such correlations by using these tools, implementing the PDCA cycle. This wraps up the summary of the contents of this campaign. Thank you very much for watching today. Thank you very much.